Hey guys, it's Kate from Cater, and it is a victorious Monday on the homestead, as last night I successfully trapped my chicken killing raccoon. And so I just want to share with you how I did that. For anyone who, like me, knows absolutely nothing about this, I'm learning a lot. So disclaimer, if you are uncomfortable hearing about animals being trapped, just skip this video. I never expected to be trapping animals out here. I love animals. Yeah, but here I am trying to protect the ones that I have, and unfortunately I ended up having a really aggressive predator on my property. So these are the live catch traps that I initially used. The one on the right is an old one that I borrowed from a neighbor, and then the one on the left is my brand new one that I bought. So when I last left off the other day, I had caught the coon in this old trap and it had escaped. And my thinking was, you know, it's an old trap, it's a bit wobbly, the door's a bit bent, and yeah, I figured that's probably why he got out, and I was going to wait for my neighbor to get back from his trip to try the cuff trap. Now, I had a good night's sleep, and I woke up the next day full of piss and vinegar, determined to try to catch him on my own, resolved to the fact that if I have to ultimately take predators for a swim, that this is probably the best animal to start with, considering the damage that he did to my animals. So I went out, I bought this brand new trap, set it up, I was pretty confident. I baited it with marshmallows, and I got him, and he got out. And the cage was flipped over entirely. So I knew I was dealing with a pretty big animal who was also cage savvy. So he's been caught before, and he was very bold. I kept feeding him. So for a couple nights, I just put the traps aside. I laid some marshmallows around the coop, and every night, without fail, the bait was gone. So my neighbor came back last night. He came by at about 6 o'clock. And he brought this cuff trap, which is also a live catch trap. We set it, we nailed it to the coop. The way it works is there's a trigger in the middle of that column. So the animal, the raccoon, will take the marshmallows from the top, and then there's some marshmallows underneath the trigger. When he reaches down to get those, it's a pressure trap. So there was no injury to his arm when we took him out of that trap. So yeah, we got him. Now we baited it again after we took care of him, just to see if anything else was around, and it's still here. So I am pretty certain that I got my guy. And I spent the last 4 days redoing my chicken coop. I'm not going to take you inside right now because I have a little bit of cleaning up to do from the events of last night. But you can see how much I've reinforced it. I dismantled it and rebuilt it. I put in a lot of wire. It's all reinforced with the board screwed in, sealed up every crack. And so yeah, I'm ready to move my chickens back into their home, which is really exciting after 9 days of dealing with this. So I got my guy. Moving forward, I will be setting this trap just on the regular, just in case I get anything coming around. But this particular raccoon was real savvy, real aggressive, determined, and of course, my coop was just not safe enough. So I'll take it for the learning that I got from it. And I did have this inspected by my neighbor last night, and he told me, in his opinion, it's perfectly safe to move the birds back into. So I'm hoping that at dusk tonight, when they go into that tiny coop, we'll take them out and move them into here. I'm going to keep them in here for a couple days just so that they get adjusted to their new home, and then when I let them out again, yeah, we're back in business. I will be using the coop that I purchased. It won't be a complete waste of money. For when my chicks are getting bigger and I want to introduce them to the outside, I'll be putting hen and chicks in that smaller coop. That's a safe place for them to get used to the outside before I let them out, and then eventually transition them back into this. So living and learning, and you know, just at the end of the day, I have a bit of a different setup that will serve even more purpose. So that's my update on trapping my first predator on the homestead. The last thing I'll say is I came to the realization that I didn't come out here to make the country mine. I came out here to be a part of the country, and I am here to participate. I'm not here to be a passive observer, just watching stuff go on. And I want to have animals, and I am determined and dedicated to protect what I am building here. So live and learn. Until next time, happy, healthy living, growing, changing, learning. I'm Kate from Cater, and I will see you later.